Valerius Tiberius Arctoria, you old dog. Come here, my friend. Let us have a look at you.
Marcus, why have you come here?
Valerius, I'm sure this is quite a shock to you, and terribly unexpected. I came here to check on my family, but it appears none of them survived. Then I realized you were here, so I decided it was in both our interests for two old friends to meet again. At last.
Ah, your brother, yes. Marcus, I'm very sorry. But whatever the circumstances, it does my eyes good to see you again after all these years.
Yes, same here, old friend. Same here. So, the Keepers of Hatu in Skyrim. Who would have ever dreamed of such a time?
All right, Janice, what is it you really want? Don't forget, I know you, so out with it.
Yes, you do know me, old friend, better than most. Very well. I aim to rebuild this town and make her my home.
Rebuild? Janice, I have no intention of helping you or anyone else rebuild a town. I'm here on other business.
Yes, I know, Valerius, but if what I propose is true, perhaps we can be mutually beneficial to one another. All I'm asking is that you hear me out. After that, if we're not in agreement, we can part ways and you'll likely never see me again. But Valerius, there's plenty of time to get to all that later. Right now, let's just catch up on old times.
Well, you're in luck, Janice. Those bandits left some fresh wine downstairs, and I need a drink.
Yes, I could use a drink too, old friend. Let me say goodbye to my new friend, and I'll join you.
Let's go get that wine. You're in one piece, so I trust your trip went smoothly.
Yes, fortunately it was without incident. Of course, I had Patsy to protect me.
Ah, yes, dear Patsy. Oh, there's not a more loyal man in all of Tamriel. And I'm pleased the road was kind to you.
How long has it been now, Val? Nearly 20 years.
It's been too long, friend, too long. So, you still running that trading outfit out of Coral?
No, not anymore. Now, that is. Business was slow. It seems Cyrodiil just can't get back on its feet, Valerius.
Yes, I've heard the same thing about Hammerfell. These truly are desperate times, my friend. Desperate times indeed.
Yes. But it will get better, Valerius, for both of us. Tamriel can't stay at war forever.
Marcus Janus, ever the eternal optimist. Gods, how I remember that used to get on my nerves.
Well, we surely wouldn't want that, would we? Now then, pass that wine and let's share a toast. Then we can get down to business. So you really think this nonsensical plan of yours will work, though?
Janice, it has to work. We have no choice. Now then.
Reporting as ordered, sir.
Good. Your armor looks good on you two.
Well, it itches, and it stinks.
It's had a dead man in it. What do you expect?
So, now that we're all here, Valerius, would you like to fill in our friend on your plan?
Did you ever stop to wonder how my men and I came to this place? Well, yes, but that's not all of it. Up until a couple of weeks ago, we were still in Cyrodiil, and our sources began reporting on new Thalmor activity taking place south of here. Rumor was that they were turning an old fort into a prison for captured Talos worshippers, and I deemed the reports credible enough to investigate. I sent my best man, Korst, on the mission. He was ordered not to confront them, but to observe only. Unfortunately, he did not return, and I'm afraid something went very wrong. About 2 weeks. After 1 week went by, we'd started to fear the worst, so we mobilized and came here. Finding Korst is the main reason we're here. This fort gave us the perfect spot to rest, resupply, and prepare to find out what happened to him. So, we eliminated the bandits, took over the fort, tried to blend in and not draw attention to ourselves. Yes, fortunately, the Imperials left everything behind when they abandoned this place. It looks like Elenwen herself was here. I need you to pose as an Imperial officer with orders to transfer Korst back to Ellenway for interrogation. Legion prisoner transfer parties always travel in groups of 3, so Falco and Sienna will be going with you. As you can see, they're already in Imperial uniform. You must do the same if this has any chance of working. We found some officer's armor that should fit you, and Alton put a little enchantment on it for you. It's only worn by high-ranking officers, so it should help you carry a bit more influence. If you have any other powers of persuasion, this would be the time to use them. Perhaps between the two, it will be enough for this to work. While searching the fort, we found a communique from her own hand, and were able to forge a transfer order to give to the men at the prison. If the Thalmor officers question you, remind them you're a special envoy from the embassy. They had best comply. Hopefully it'll be enough, but if not, you may have to resort to the old-fashioned way of negotiating. Yes, it certainly will be. And make no mistake, those Thalmor bastards are beyond brutal. And I've heard there's a particularly ruthless Justice here named Arundel who may be in charge there. If it's the Arundel I know, you can be certain he will kill you on sight, so you must be careful. Thank you, friend. You know, Marcus seems to be quite impressed with you. Well, if he trusts you, then I trust you. The prison is located south of here, on the road past Fort Newbrad, heading to the Cyrodiil border. Here, I'll mark it on your map. Here's your armor. Don't forget to put it on. Please return as soon as you can, and good luck. Shore's bones. I see now why Marcus has spoken so highly of you. Quite impressive. Now, let's see if we can find out what in the name of Akatosh is going on in that prison. Korst, thank the gods you're safe. But how in Oblivion were you even captured?
I don't know how they found me. It's like they knew exactly where I was hiding. I never had a chance to escape.
Well, thanks to our new friend, you're okay now. Tell me what you learned.
It's a prison, all right, and it's heavily guarded inside. Well, it was heavily guarded. There are none alive in there now. The commandant was never there that I could tell.
Did anyone mention where he was?
I overheard the guards joking about him getting soft in their embassy, and spending too much time with some whore from the Tormas Tavern. But that's all I could hear them say.
Did you learn anything else?
Well, I didn't think much of it at the time, but I overheard the guard talking about how many prisoners were coming and going from the prison. And I noticed several new prisoners had probably get taken away while I was there, just like he said. They were not tortured, beaten, or starved either. I guess they saved all of that for me. And wait. Yes, one group had a family, a woman and a small child, but he was not old enough to fight. The guard was joking about raping the woman and selling the child to bandits as a slave. Could that be true? They are selling slaves?
Well now, that's certainly a lot to chew on. Excellent work, old friend. I'll check and see if any of my sources know about any of this. Thank you, Korst. You go get something to eat and some sleep. I need you well rested. Dismissed. You've done me a great service, friend. You saved his life, and for that I will never be able to repay you. Is there anything else you can add? Did you hear anything about slaves? That is odd, isn't it? So it looks like the elves are up to no good. Huh. Where else to easily kidnap people than in Skyrim? All they have to say is that they're worshipping Talos. I'm sure many of these enforcers skulking about in Skyrim are under their command. I know you've had a long day, and I won't keep you. We'll let you know when we have anything new. But please, check in with Marcus as soon as you can. Thank you again, my friend. What is it, friend? Something else I can do for you? Yes. I wanted to be absolutely certain before I spoke with you, but it's been confirmed by my sources. There is indeed a slavery network in operation here in Skyrim, and all clues point to my old nemesis Arundel as its chief operator. They're capturing citizens, whole families, and even their children, and selling them as slaves. I'm afraid only the gods know what's happening to these poor souls after that. Arundel has certainly covered his tracks well, so we have very little, if anything, to go on. All we know is that he specifically requested a transfer here, and to be assigned as overseer of all prison operations in Skyrim. It was certainly convenient, was it not? Be that as it may, fortunately one of their guards had loose lips at precisely the right moment. And you may remember Korst saying he spoke of his relationship with some whore at the Tallmast Tavern. I know, it's not much, but maybe she can provide us with something else to investigate. Can you see what you can find out from her? Here, I'll mark it on your map. Staying safe, I hope? Something else I can do for you? My wife was always proud of who I was. But somehow I think she'd be ashamed of me now. How do you know this? Gods damn it, this is what I was afraid of. Wait right there. Falco, do you have anything you want to say about this?
Valerius, I don't know anything about any of this. I swear to the gods.
You and I are the only ones who knew Marcus was going to Riverwood. I made sure of that. You are a traitor and a liar. If you didn't have anything to do with this, then how was Marcus captured? How did they know what my friend here was up to? How did they know where Korst was hiding before? It's all very convenient, is it not?
I don't know, Valerius. I swear I don't know anything you're talking about.
Liar! Except for rescuing Korst, Arundel has known what we were doing at every turn. You didn't have time to warn anyone about that, now did you? I saw you, Falco, 2 nights ago when you thought I was asleep. I followed you and saw the messenger you met with. I should kill you right now. How could you betray me like this? How could you betray Marcus and all your brothers?
Valerius, I'm sorry. They said they have my sister and her children. They're so young. They're all I have left. They said they would kill them if I didn't tell them what they wanted to know. I didn't want to, but I had no choice.
Falco, you're a fool. Your sister and her children are already dead, or slaves by now. You will never see them again. That much is certain. We don't have time for this. Korst, lock him in a cell downstairs. I'll deal with him later.
Yes, sir.
Fill me in on what you know. And it has come to this at last. Perhaps today is a good day to die. I'm ready to go when you are. No time to chat. Please, let's get to the prison quick. Arundel, it came as you wished. Now let Marcus go. Now!
Yes?
What you're doing? You can't!
It's the only way, Marcus. You must know that by now. It has to end here and now.
So, we finally meet at last after all these years. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say you fall well short of the legends that precede you. Keepers of Hartu, indeed.
I said, let Marcus go!
All in due time, Imperial. You know, I still remember the look on your son's face from all those years ago. It is the look of fear and death, and it's the same look on your face right now. I remember my men saying he squealed like a little girl when they beat him, and that your wife and young daughter both moaned like whores as my men ravaged them again and again and again.
I'll kill you!
Valerius, no!
Yes, old friend. Barely. So good to be with you, old friend. I'm glad you're here.
We're going to find a way to get you out of here. Hang on, Valerius.
No, old friend. My journey has come to an end. Please, let me go, Marcus.
Val,
Sabrina. Children. I see my wife and my children.
Yes, old friend. Go to them. Go be with your family.
Oh my.
Valerius, he's gone. Oh, Dallas, no!